Hi. Well, I bought the K2 Kreg pocket hole jig 20 plus years ago, and that thing's worked great for me over the years. But it's really geared for 3/4 inch material. And recently I've been wanting to use pocket holes with 1/2 inch lumber and sometimes 2x4. So I opted to upgrade to the K3, and I also like the dust collection with the K3. So I made this custom fitted case to hold both the old jig and the new jig, along with all the accessories and a good collection of screws. I made this with 1/2 inch Baltic birch plywood. All the joinery is dominoes, and the finish is a texture spray paint. So let's take a look inside. Well, here it is. So this is the original K2 jig and the K3. I really do like the metal construction on the original. But this plastic is a higher quality engineered plastic. So I'm happy with it. These two jigs are restrained by these blocks and from side to side, and to keep them from popping out, I have this retainer block that has 2 rare earth magnets with corresponding magnets, and this just pops in, and it works fine. Now if I really shake this case, they'll come out a little bit, but it offers enough resistance that you have to give it a little force to pop it out, and yeah, it seems to work fine. Feels like it snaps in, and so this keeps this one from moving, and this little extension that rides over the top of this one keeps this one from popping out. Here is the accessory block that allows you to take the pocket hole jig to the lumber instead of the other way around. And I have the micro jig inserted. This is for the 1/2 inch material. And there's a block that sits on the lid that, when I close the lid, keeps this from wanting to come out any. This riser block over here allows me to attach my clamps, and there's room for a 3rd clamp. Here's a spot that I have the Allen wrench for adjusting the collar on the drill bits, and there's a small 1/8 inch magnet there. And so that keeps that in place. This is the equivalent to this for the original K2 jig. They call this the Rocket. And I just have this piece that fits in here perfectly, and that keeps that in place. This is a riser block for the K3, and it has these dovetail ways, maybe you might call it, slots. And so I just made a corresponding dovetail key that this will just sit in. And then down here is the riser block for the K2, and it's just mounted with a corresponding block down at the bottom. Then I have 2 1/8 inch dowels. They're slightly sprung so that they offer enough resistance to keep this one to come out. These are held nicely. Here's a sleeve I made with 1/8 inch MDF, and it just holds some of the paperwork that came with the original and the new jig paperwork I wanted to keep. And I'm again using rare earth magnets to keep this from moving around. For my 2 drill bits, the driver bits that come with the jig, I have those mounted on rare earth magnets, and they're plenty strong enough. For my drill bits, this is the original one that came with the K2, and then I have the newer version, and they have these hex shafts that comes with the K3, and then this is the one that works with the micro block. I forgot to mention, over this empty spot here is for potential HD block that I might purchase. That's for working with 2x4 type material, 1.5 inch thick. So if I buy that, I'll just stick that there. And then finally, I have my screw storage. Each bin here holds 300 to 500 screws, depending on the size of the screw. I have my most common ones up on this top bin. So I have my 3/4 inch, that's for the 1/2 inch material, your standard 1 1/4 inch coarse, and then fine. And this lifts out, and I have identical storage on the bottom trays. So I can store about 2,000 thereabouts screws here. It does make for a heavy case, but I'm not planning on taking any hikes with this. So, and then this block attached to the lid, when I close the lid, this acts as the lid for the screw storage. So obviously I don't want the screws flying all over the place inside the case. And that's my fitted case for the Kreg pocket hole jigs. Thanks for stopping by.